Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambam, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryandam, Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Sagana Vavadu, Sagana Vanaktu, Sakaviryam Karavavahai, Tejaspina Vadidamastu, Mavit Vijavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Guru Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vaivasvataya Mrityave Brahma Vidyacharya Nachikedasacha. Namaskaram. We are in the Kathopanishad, Prathama Adhyaya, in the second Valli, Tritiya Valli, second section. We saw up to the 10th verse in the last class. So I'll just have a quick recap, the 9th and 10th, because the understanding of the import of this mantra are very crucial. Just to recap, Yamadharmaraja is telling Nachiketa that he is a wonderful disciple to have. And he rationalized it by saying he demonstrated the Adhigaratvam. Adhigaratvam means the Yogyata to pursue the Atma Jnana. Veda stresses this point. Vedanta is not for everybody. It is not a negative discrimination. It is a blessing, a positive discrimination, because you evolve to seek Vedantic knowledge. The whole world just cannot go to Vedanta because the Prakriti needs to run through this creation, dissolution cycle. So we need to do karmas. At some stage, you seek liberation, then Vedanta's doors are ajar. But when you come there with the Yogyata, the door is open. But if you come there with the dukkham, with the tabam to escape, then Vedas will gently nudge you to cleanse your mind through performing your usual karmas, but with a style, the style of karma yoga. Then it will tell you, modify that to upasana. Then it will ask you to do karma upasana samuchaya. So it is going to send you back to the normal life, but with the competence of it. So in that sense, even though we don't have the Yogyada for the Vedanta, we can learn so that we can refine our normal life to achieve Chitta Shuddhi. Now, Nachiketa has come to Vedanta with a pure heart. He demonstrated Vivekam and Vairagyam. And as we are learning, for us to have the Shraddha in the Guru Vakya, in the Shastra Bhagya, compared to a possible thinking that I don't have time for a teacher, I can pick up the books, I can go to internet, I learn that, or I can debate it with other intellectuals. So Lord of Death says that is not possible. That's why the 9th mantra, he says, Naisha Tarkena Madhirapaneya Prothanyenaiva Sujnanaya Preshta Yam Twamapaha Satyatrudipadhasi Twatrumno Bhuyan Nachiketaha Prashta Naisha Tarkena Madhirapaneya Na Esha Esha Mati. Esha Mati means this knowledge or this Atma. You must bring the Atma there. Mati is Atma. Tarkena na apaneya. By tarkam. Tarkam means, debate. Using intellect to counter arguments. Vadam. Vadam, we say that in Bhagavad Gita, we say, Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvadam. Vadam means general discussion. Vadam means between equals. If you and I just have a chat, we discuss to exchange ideas. But instead of simple conversation, we counter each other to understand something together. That is Vadam, which is very essential to do that. But if that Vadam becomes or Vivada means wider topic, you do that, becomes with a motive of not really seeking knowledge. There are two types. One is called Vidandavada. Vidandavadam is very simple. In the Vadam, you counter, in Vivadam, you counter with your points, listen to other opponents' points, you exchange. The learning is a motive. There's no quarrel there. In a Vidandavadam, you are always wrong. That's a judgmental I have. I come to the debate, I have a simple motive. Whatever you say is wrong. I don't establish my concept, but whatever you say, I use tarkam. Tarkam, the root for the word tarkam is kriti. Kriti. That becomes tarkam. Kriti got lots of meaning. Katri. Katri also comes from the kriti. Scissors, cutting. The tarkam is to cut your argument. Whatever you say, cut. Oh, that cannot be right. This cannot be right. It's called Vidandavadam. So when the moment you know in the conversation it's a Vidandavadam, I mean the opponent is not offering his proposition, but he always counters whatever I say. There is not going to be a knowledge as a resultant. So you don't need to get involved. There's something called Jalpa. Vidandavadam is refutation, refute all the time. Jalpa is, I am always right. It's the opposite of it. It's kind of a heuristic argument. I am right, no matter what you say. So in Jalpa, I hold on to this judgment, I am right. So why we say this? Because we can see in the Bhagavan Shankara has to really gone through this kind of quarrels with Indavadam, Jalpavadams, to conquer them, to direct them, and bring them to Samvadam. Samvadam is the Vadam in which Satyam is revealed, truth is revealed, but it is not between the equals, it is between the Guru and the Sishya. And there is also argument, also discussions, interrogations. This is the beauty of our Sanatana Dharma. It's not the Guru who preaches, you just listen all the time. You ask questions. So tarkam is important. The application of tarkam should not be kutarkam. Kutarkam is the opposite of the employment of tarkam, in the intellectual skills that you have to debate. If it is put in a wrong motive, it's kutarkam. But tarkam is, as a science, it is needed, because in Vedanta, it's a part of an important faculty, like Vyakarnam, Mimamsa. Mimamsa means inquiry. Vyakarnam is, for example, it's part of the Vedanga, right? Vyakarnam is grammar. Why do you have grammar in Vedanta? Because all this thing, all the knowledge, even the languages that we speak, that we use, everything comes from the Shabdam. Vedam is Shabdam. Shabdam heard by the rishis, Drishyaha. So Arsha Vidya is the Vedam. It comes out of that. Then some rishis said this Shabdam has to be understood and reproduced. Whatever I hear in my mind, I must be able to tell others that I hear this. Therefore, they employed a technique. It's called Shiksha, phonetics. In Taittiriya Upanishad, Shiksha Valli comes first. How to pronounce it. Why the pronunciation is important? Because the Shabda gives you a lot of variation. Shabda is not coded, right? It's just a sound. If it sounds this way, there must be a different meaning. This way, there's a different meaning. The phonetics becomes very important. As I told you before, in Gayatri Mantram, Kodeva Siddhimiki, Diyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Naha Shabdam is needed. Na means not. Naha means forest. So you see, even the phonetics even changes, meaning changes. So there is a kind of a technology application of managing the Shabda called Shiksha. So you must learn Shiksha Valli. If you want to learn Veda, learn how to pronounce it. But when you pronounce it, the pronunciation gets muddled up if you don't have a rhythm in the way you pronounce it, a prosody called chandas, a meter. So you learn chandas. Okay, these two are enough for me to reproduce it. Therefore, there are Adhyayanam who does it, Shikshavalli and the chandas, then they are able to reproduce the sound very well. So it's must for those who do Adhyayana. Then I want to understand the meaning of it. Then what is the meaning? The meaning is decoding of it, like what the cellular network does, telecom networks do. The signals translated into a kind of a wave, a digital or analog. Then the wave is cut into small pieces called quantification. When they cut into small pieces, they must know whether they follow the pattern, they convey the same meaning. Is there information content? A lot of technology we have to decode the sound. That's called Vyakaranam. Grammar. V means to decimate. Vinyogam. Yoga means joining. Vinyoga means giving it away. So you distribute. So cut into pieces. Padachedam. So R means bringing together. So cut and bring it together. So I just giving you very quickly the importance of everything in Vedas, Vedangas. So grammar is important. Now I have this thing, then I see suddenly this Shabdam can become into, when I cut into words, now I need to put the meaning to the words. Artha person comes in. So when I put words into the meaning, Shabdam becomes what? A language. Etymology. Niruktam. So the Kritam, what is done, Prakritam, what was done before in the Vedas, becomes Sanskritam. When you have the grammar, etymology, the languages can come. Then what do I do with the Sanskritam? What is language? Then I use it to teach, to live the life of a grahastha, a brahmachari, sannyasi, vanaprastha in this world. Your karmas are there. Therefore, the karmas need to be done according to the uh, rules. So, kalpam. Next Vedanga. How to do these karmas. Then karmas are what? For the invisible forces that controls. The invisible forces are in the cosmos. So I need to know the cosmology, astrology, astronomy, so Jyotisham. So these 6 called Vedangas. So you can see the purpose of Vedangas is to prepare you to understand Vedas. And therefore you can practice it. Now, so when I prepare all this, when I get all this knowledge, your intellect becomes powerful, then you employ techniques. Knowledge has to be assimilate knowledge and you deploy the knowledge. Application of the skills. When you apply into inquiry, it's called Mimamsika. Mimamsika means Pujya Vichara, divine inquiry. So you're somebody called inquiring it. Then to inquire that, with the grammar, I find different meaning, so I argue. Tarkam. See, all this is needed. Tarkam is needed. But here what he says, Yama says, Nachiketas, with this Tarkam, you cannot achieve Atma Jnana. This is what happening. This is very important to understand because rational thinking, intellectual pursuit. Somebody asked me a few days back about how the scientific Vedas are. To apprise Vedas, the scientific benchmark, you bring in reasoning, rationality, tarkam, intellectual pursuits. But the warning here he is giving, it may look very enticing to go with the route. You will not achieve the results because Atma is beyond the buddhi, beyond the mind. So you can only do what is knowledge? Knowledge is what you conceive from your instruments of knowledge. What I see, I gain knowledge. Information comes to you, so pratyaksha pramanam, then you do inference, you anumanam, you do, oh, this means that, that means this, therefore I can make these things. So you create knowledge based on the information you have. But this is on the senses, sensory things. But mind is beyond the senses. So Atma is beyond that. Therefore he says, Esha madi tarkena na apaneya. You cannot do that. You cannot get it through this Atma Jnanam about Atma from the reading the books or debating with somebody. Keep in mind, you must ask questions as a samvada, not vidandabada. How do I know it? Prokta eva sujnanaya preshta. Oh, preshta, oh, my dear child, only when it is told by who? Anyena, somebody else. But na anyena, who is not different from the Atma themselves. So this is, I want to go back to the 9th because There are some discussions happen. People say we can discuss that way, this way. I said, look, you can use your intellect. There is a place for intellect called mananam. You can ask all the questions, but it has to be a samvada, not vidandavada. Then we go to the next one. The next one also we saw. Janamyakam shevadir nityam nahi truvai propyadehi truvam tat. Tato maya nachiketas chitogni anityai dravyaihi praptavanasmi nityam. In the ninth one, he said, Nachiketa, you are fit student. All the gurus want Shishya like this. The 10th one, because Yamadharmaraja is such a pious person, great guru, he says, you are better than me. He said, Janami aham sevadihi anityamidi. Janami aham. I know it. What I know. Shevati anityam iti. Shevati. Shevati means, literal meaning is treasure. Here you must take it as a karma phalam. In those days, there are no banks, there's no merchandise. So when you have treasures, what do? You have to keep them for your children. You bury them, you put them in a pot and bury in the garden. And whenever you want, you take it. That's your safe deposit box. So it is hidden, not known. And if I'm dead and maybe someday my children open up they dig the garden, they take it up, a treasure comes in. So there are lots of such way treasures have been saved. It's called Sevati. Here we have to use it as a karma palam. Karma palam is like this. Whatever I do, it is adrishtam. It is not seen. It's stored as a pava punya. It is hidden somewhere, but it is plowed again by karmas and then come back to me again. So that's what it means. So I know the karma palams also anityam. Why is he saying this? Because he's going to build the case that I went through this karma palams. I was not like you, Nachiketas. When I was a human being, I did lots of karma palams. I acquired karma palams. I did all the karmas. What kind of karma? Maya Nachiketa Agni Chitaha. I did this Agni. This what I called you Nachiketa Agni. I did the Agni, I did the karmas. Dhruvam Tataha. That Dhruvam, that to achieve that one, Dhruvam means eternal. The Dhruva story, you heard that. Dhruva means one who is eternal. But Anityam, Dhruvam is the karma palam. I did that. How did I do? Anityaihi dravyaihi. Anityamana dravyam. So whenever you do the yajnam, what do? I do the yajnam. I put them coconut, I put some honey, habis. All this is not nityam. They are eternal, not eternal. So if you can do, if you are doing to achieve that is eternal, you cannot use temporal goods. What is going to go away that cannot give you something eternal? So that means all the karmas I do are not good. No, they are good to give you karma palam. To achieve, if you do Vajpayee Yagam, you achieve that thing. If you do this Rudra Yagyam, Ekadashi Rudram you do, you achieve Swarga. You achieve all that thing, whatever you want. Kami karmas, you achieve them. But here the point is, Janami aham shevadihi anityamidhi. I know all this is I'm achieving through this is anityam. There's no point in doing those things. That's what he means here. But I did those things. Because I did this, I become a yama. See, when you do this karmam, when you do the action, I get my salary. I do a better action, I get the bonus. I use the money and I do save out to others. I save my punyam as a credit. I do lots of jabatapas. Punyam is accumulating. When I am finished with this body, I go to the different janma. I may born into maybe a Bill Gates family or some rich people's family. Or I can even go out of this world, go to another world where I don't need to have this karmas hurting me like this. I can live happily. So this world is called Pitarlokam, or I can go to Swargalokam. The Nachikeya Agni go to Swargalokam. I can become a Deva. But when I go to the Swargalokam, there are a lot of people come there to Swarga. But Swargalokam has to be maintained. There is a dharma in Swargalokam as well. Like when there was, people in India, they say, oh, if I go to US is the best for me. So you go to US or England, whatever country you want to go, you go there, you have a better life, a better quality of life, You don't get up every day morning, how am I get the water today, how am I get the electricity today. It's a developed country, you have things work well. You don't appreciate them. But when you go to the countries that are impoverished, you don't have those things. So you get a better place. So we always seek better places. But still you find another problems here. This has to be maintained. So Swarga is a better place, but still need to be maintained. So there are certain people there, certain jivas have gone to Swargaloka, they'll be attaining jobs. You be the kinnara, you did a lot of bhajans, you can sing well, you become a kinnara, Gandharva. Hey, you are good administrator. You do this, you serve this Indra. You become like this, you become an Yamadharmaraja. You take care of this birth death cycle. So I have attained that kind of a job. But if I don't do karma alone, but I do karma upasana, I don't just do mantras, some priest is telling me, priest is doing all the mantras at home, I just put them orakate into the Ganapati Homam. You get prayojanam for sure. Even though you don't know the mantra, you don't repeat the mantra, you don't contemplate the mantra, you do karmas, you get the benefit. But some portion of the benefits only. But if you are able to do upasana means manasa karma. That means you contemplate on the tattvartha of it, not in the Vedantic way. No, just with the Kamya karma. If I say Vishnu Sahasranamam, so I come back and say, oh, what's the glory of Vishnu? Or you do the Bhagavatam, you do the Bhagavatam Saptakam, you attend, and you think about Krishna's glory. Think about how Krishna was performing the Leela. Your mind is filled with this. That's Upasana. Upasana doesn't mean hardcore Vedantic discussion. That's fine. Let's keep it aside. But you are not just doing karma physically, but you are engaging your time in your Upasana. And when you do the Upasana, then you attain a much better logas. So at some stage, you attain this, even the Padavi of Brahma. So that's what he's building. So he's lamenting, look, Nachiketas, you are lucky. You are discarding all this. You want to be Atma Jnanam. I did not do it. Janami aham. I know it. See, what is the insight here? Vivekam is there. Knowing means vivekam. Knowing what is nityam, nitya, anitya, vastu vivekam. What is eternal? Sir, I know, sir, life is just a drama, sir. Don't worry about life. We console somebody who has got lost of dear one. We go to this funeral ground and console them. Yeah, life is like this, sir. We forget it next day because you have problem with small things in life. You worry. So what is missing? I have the vivekam. What is missing? Missing the vairagyam. Vairagyam is, see, vivekam, at least Guru Kadaksham can give you vivekam. Kripa Swami can give you vivekam. One can become a knowledgeable by the grace of God. But vairagyam, even the God's grace, God is not going to give you vairagyam. Vairagyam needs prayatna. You need to try. Vairagyam is a very special qualities of human beings. Even a monkey learns things. The crow is very intelligent. We see a lot of YouTube videos how the crows do things. Knowledge can be acquired. Vairagyam is it requires a human prayatna. So peace up to that. Now we go to the next one. Kamasyaptim jagata pradishtam krodhoro krodoro anantya apayasya param stoma makadugayam pradishtam drishtva dhrudhya dhiro nachiketo atyasrachiki. Interesting. I think here he is giving, Mother Maharaja is giving to Nachiketas, when you do this karma upasanas, be a rightful ways, you have desires, kamam, you can achieve a lot of things. You can achieve anything you want. That's what it means. You can achieve anything, but if you can follow these rules of the game. This is the beauty that you should understand. There's nothing that you cannot do, but you have to follow the rules, follow the rituals, follow the niyamas. Here he comes to the point telling that what you achieve through the desires, kamasya aptim. Aptim means the limit, the boundaries. Aptim, he is using a second vibhakti. So he's going to say a lot of things. That what you can achieve, the ultimate you can achieve, that one is Jagata Pradishtam. What you're going to achieve like this, the maximum that you can achieve is that which is Jagata Pradishta. Pradishta means it is supporting the Jagat. All the worlds are by that. A place where everything is possible. That's a Brahma Lokam, Satya Lokam. It's a Hiranyagarbha Lokam. See, you have this, Om Bhuvaha, Suvaha, Bhagaha, Tanaga, Tamaga, Satyam. So you have 7 lokas. Beyond the Swarga lokas, there are 4 lokas. The ultimate is Satya Loka, Brahma Loka. The Lord Brahma is sitting there. Brahma is the one, Brahma Lokam is what created all other worlds. Brahma is a creator. You can just go there straight. With the karma upasana, either kramam you can do or go straight, depending on how you do the upasanas, you can reach that Brahma Lokam, even that Brahma Lokam. How do you get the Brahma Lokam? Next line. Krato Anadhyam. Kridonadhyam. Anadhyam means again the boundary. Kritoho means upasana, dhyana. Kritoho means dhyana. So kridohanantyam means as a result of upasana. So it's all adjective to that. Jagadapadishtam, the Brahmalokam, you can achieve through the kamasya aptim. The ultimate you can achieve is the Brahmalokam. That's all you can do. By upasana. And what kind of Brahmalokam it is? Abhayasya param. Abhayasya param. Bayam. There is no bayam. Again, param is the place, limit. The limit, the place where there is no fear. Why there is no fear? Even if you go to the Swargaloka, there is a fear because I'm given a Gandharva post. There's a Kinnara, I think he's doing better than me. So for the position of Devendra, would I get this chance? He will get the chance. Who is the uprising going to be? You got no worries. So there is, so in Brahmaloka, there is no such things. There's no worries, no jara, no vyadi. So you are relatively fearless because there's no competition there. Stoma mahat urughayam. Stoma means rice-worthy. Stuti. It is worthy. The place is, so divine. It's Brahmaloka, Satyaloka. Mahat. Mahat means, Bhashyakara says, Anima Ashtaishvarya Para. So that lokam gives you Anima Siddhi, Aishwaryam, everything you get. You can go from any world to any world. If you are a Brahma Loka, you can pop up in the world and come as a Devendra, bless somebody and can disappear. You can become small, big, all kind of stuff. So there is nothing that stops you because you are like an omniscient. You can go anywhere, anything you can do. But it is still samsara. Why? Because the Brahma's life is also not infinite. Kalpanda. See, the timing is again, we talked about it before. The Vedic times are very, very different. If you look at the Western theology, it's only 5,000 years old. First, even then, in the first 3,000 years, are dark ages, they call it. 3,000 years before, in India, you have Vedas and Upanishads. So if you take the scientific timing, maybe the astrophysics and cosmological or geological timing, if you take it, they will take a rock in Himalayas and say it is, a few 100,000 years old or a million years old. Or when a meteor comes in, they can carbon date it and say it is, they measure the carbon isotope 13 and say, oh, this is 2 million years old. So that means millions of years. Cosmologists will go even further. If you read the Stephen Hawking's books, he talks about the timing, billions of years. Big Bang. Vedas goes far beyond that, right? One kalpam is 86.6 billion years. One day in human days, that's for the Brahma. So 100 years of life is one Brahma's kalpam. So kalpandam, you have fearlessness. Until the kalpam finishes, you have fearlessness. But is there a death? Everything dissolved. There's no pain, there's no disease, there's no age old. It just, padafat, it just gone. It goes into the layam, to the Prakriti. Then it opens up exactly where it left, come back. Maybe a new Brahma is there, new Yamadharma Raja is there. So he's saying all that is the limit of this karma phalam. Papa punyas and all this you do, you achieve even Satyaloka, Brahmaloka. It is the pinnacle of samsara. So he says, what did you do? Dridya Dhiroho Nachiketo Atyasrakshiki Drishtva. So when I gave you all this, I gave you the Satyaloka to you. How did he give? I gave you the Agni Vidya. Please don't think Agni Vidya means a physical fire. Physical fire is a karma. When you do the physical fire, when you do that with the Adhyatma Shakti, if you do this as a Upasana, your Chitakni Gunda Sambhuda, Devakarya Samudyada, Chitakni, your Chit Agni, your Agni happens in your mind, in your brain. Devakarya Samhita, that comes in the Upasana, right? So I gave you that. I gave you that as a, and you repeat it, and you know exactly what it is. You are a good Sishya. So you just have to do it, and then you achieve all this. Satyaloka means your back of your hand. But what did you do? Drishtva, in this third line, Drishtva means having listened to and then having contemplated on it. Shravanam is done, you listen to it, you repeated it because Shravanam is proven. Then you did Mananam, Drishtva. You completely understood. What did you understand? It is Anityam. So what do you do? Dhiroho, oh, as a great person of valor, intellectual valor. Dridya means confidence. Dhriti means confidence. Steadfast. Oh, Nachiketa, Adhyasrakshiki. It's a difficult word. Adi Sakshaki. That means completely you discarded it. That means your vairagyam. See, what is this vairagyam? It's not vairagyam like, I went to Kashi and I had to give up something. I gave up eating bitter gourd because I never eat bitter gourd anyway. So I give up something which I can easily give up. That's not vairagyam. Here, vairagyam is he's even discarding Brahmaloka. So what does Yamas do? Suppose if I do all this way, what do I achieve in Brahmaloka? If you go to Brahmaloka, and even there, if you are not having this Vairagyam, you are finished. You are in a samsara. And this Vairagyam, that is passion, is possible only in this world. Relatively better in this world. Why? What causes Vairagyam? Vairagyam is what? Vairagyam is not hate. Vairagyam is not giving away something which you like, but you give it away as ritual. That's painful. I shouldn't be, like I got sugar and doctor says don't eat sugar. Then everybody eats sweets and I get tabam. There's no Vairagyam. You don't eat it. And I can show that I am not eating. I have Vairagyam on it. But I have a tabam in your mind. I don't have Vairagyam. I am struggling. I'm committing myself into a grave sin because I'm not having freedom. So you have to really give up And the giving up comes in two triggers, dukkam and jnana, viveka. Dukkam gives you vairagya, opportunity. You know, when the lady struggles to deliver the baby, the struggle overcomes her love for the husband. Even say, look, I would never stay with you because you gave me such pain. You know what I can do. But that vairagya go away. You go to Mashana to see somebody's final ground. What is life, sir? In future, I will not really worry about all these things. Enjoy every day. But you come out of this grounds and somebody's blocking your way, you get angry, you horn. Vairagam doesn't stay. Vairagam requires just steadfast rhythm. So we have to cultivate vairagam. At least small things you give up. The monthly vardams you take, Ekadashi vardam, or any vardam is, of course, physically it helps you, but it structures your vairagyam. And you should be fulfilled when you give up something. But when you go to the higher worlds, without vairagyam, you do all these punyas, and then punyas are very good. Swamis, Devas are liking you very much. You go to different world and you enjoy. Dukkam is less. When dukkam is less, the opportunity for vairagyam is less. That's why Devendra's, when somebody is meditating, he's sending a Urvashi and Ramba to disturb him because he's worried about his job. Why? He could not have vairagyam yet. So more and more you achieve the Brahma Lokam, and there is nothing to worry. Apayasya, there's no fear. Then how can I get vairagya? Then I will be just enjoying it, and when the Kalpandram finishes, I'm back to square one. Samsara start all over again. But if I have vairagyam, if I go to Brahma Lokam, what Brahma will teach me? Brahma will be a guru. And what is Brahma is going to tell me there? Oh child, have vairagyam, tattvamasi. Understand yourself. You are no other than the Ishvara. I am doing the job of creation, but I am always on this Brahmanishta. I am a Sutra Brahmanishta. I am a guru. I am teaching you this. So why I have to struggle doing all these karmas, upasanas, slowly, and then moving into different worlds where there's a risk for me to have my vairagyam. Therefore, I am in an endless trap of samsara. And ultimately, if I even go to this Brahmaloka, and then there is an opportunity to meet this guru who will teach me Brahma Jnanam, whereas I can get it here in this earth. You understand? That's why Bhumi is Narajanmam Durlapam. Bhumi is the Karma Bhumi. This is where you have an opportunity to achieve Viveka Vairagya, Mumukshutvam, Samadhamadi Gunas. Because when you are graduating, going up and up and up with punyas, you enjoy the temporal nature of your life, but you miss out on the opportunity to Atma Vidya. So, if you look at that way, is it not a wonderful opportunity that this human birth, especially as we are getting this satsangas, this is a Vedantam comes into picture. Don't worry about your life pleasures because, as I told you before, when you are training for marathon, playing a shuttlecock or climbing up the ladder is a piece of cake because your body will be fit. So the normal life will become perfect. All your wants get done. You're not asking for them. That means I do the karma upasanas as necessary, but as nishkama karma. Because kamasya aptim jagadapadishtam anityam. So I don't need to really look for punya. Please don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying punyam is not needed. Punyam is what you need. But don't do it because you're going to encash this punyam to achieve something else in this world or another world. If you want to, fine. Veda allows you to do it. It's not papam. You do it. At least you do that. And some stage you come back to this world and there you are asking for, I'll do what I need to do. I don't care about the punya. Therefore, I do karma yoga. I don't even know that I'm doing it. I become a karma sannyasi. I just don't do physical work to help the world. I do spiritual work in my mind. I do upasaka. I do the upasaka without asking for anything. Then who are you worshipping with? Worshipping the Parabrahman. That is Atma. You see? So this mantra has got so much of the importance. Okay. Next one. So he says now, Tam Durdarsham. What is he saying here? It's a very important mantra. This 12th mantra is, let me see what's the time. Okay, I can do this. This mantra is very important. So far, follow the story. He is now going to teach in the second Valli, Atma Vidya. And he established that Nachiketas is a good student. I say it again because if you want to be a good student, you must ape Nachiketas. Nachiketas chose prayers, Shreyas instead of prayers. Prayers is what? Prayers is doing kamya karmas. You do all good things. Both are good. Prayers is good, Shreyas is good. But prayers, you do it with the intent of sukham for you. Therefore, you do kamya karmas. Shreyas is not for the sukham, but for ananda. You want the ananda. That's what you do. So we need to understand what is the sukham and ananda. We will learn all these things. There are lots of things we are going to learn. Then Yamadharmaraja said, you are following Shreyas, you are a Shriman. Then he started discussing his own nature. By that he is giving us, Vairagyam is very important. Knowing what is Nityam, Anityam is Vivekam, that I know it, but I follow the rituals of karmas and upasanas. The karma upasanas I did using Anitya Vastu. When I use Anitya Vastu, I can only get the Anitya Phalam. So I must use Nitya Vastu to get a Nitya Phalam. We'll see what they are. So I did that. And then I ended up as who I am. I am now a Stotra Brahmanishta. I understand now. I am doing a Brahmanishta. What I am doing now, I am learning from the Brahmadeva, the Tattvamasi. So I have understood now. I am in the Nididhyasanam. We'll see what Nididhyasanam is. So I am doing that. But now he says, all this is Nachiketas for what? To answer your question. What is the question? Who am I? What am I after I am dead? So it's about the Atma Vidya. So in this mantra, Yamada Raja gives three things. In fact, the whole Vedantam is in this mantra. What is he giving? He is giving what is the Lakshanam of Atma. Atma Lakshanam. Atma Swarupam. What is the Atma's? How do you describe Atma? It's number one. Then this is not an object to achieve. We talked about it. This is the jnanam to realize. It's not objective stuff. Therefore, the second one is giving Atma Jnana Upayam, the means to achieve the Atma. First one is Atma Swarupam, Atma Lakshanam. You must know what it is. Then Atma Jnana Upayam. How do I achieve this? Then, of course, the natural question is Atma Jnana Phalam. What is the prayojanam of it? Don't forget, if you don't waste your time on anything, what is the use of it? The question you must ask. Oh, you do this Parayanam for 200 times. You do this mantra 300 times. What is it for? Why? You must ask. So here there are three things, which means the whole Vedantam comes in here. But he's going to give you in little phrases. You must keep those phrases in mind. And in the rest of those Upanishads, we are going to expand those things. So let's see. Tam Duddarsham Gudamanupravishtam Guhahidam Gahvareshtam Puranam Adhyatma Yokati Gamena Devam Matva Diro Hasya Shokho Jakhati. Beautiful mantra. This Atma. Right now, just keep the word Atma or Ishvara, whatever you can use, think of it. Tam, that means that Atma. You see the third sentence, the third thing, Adhyatma Yokati Kamena Devam. Take the Devam to the up. Tam Devam. Devam means, normally Devam means, you take Devas, right? Naram means Manusha. Mrityu is Manusha. Devam also means Div, the root, which illumines light. But here you should take, Bhagavan Shankara uses the word Devam as Atma. So Tam Devam, you can say Atma Devam. Right now we see as a Ishvara, okay? We'll come back later how Ishvara is none other than myself. That's a big, big puzzle. We'll talk about it later. So Tam Devam, that Ishvara, that Atma is Durdarsham. First phrase, first definition. Durdarsham. Darsham means that you can see, that you can perceive, that you can understand, that you can know. Durdarsham. Dur means always, Dur means difficulty. Now, Durga, one should resolve the difficulties. Durlapam, very difficult to achieve. Durgarsha means difficult to achieve. It basically means you cannot achieve. You cannot know it. Because it is, why you cannot know it? Because it is beyond your sense perception. Indriya Kocharam. You can't infer it. Aprameyam. Prameyam means knowledge. Pramanam. Aprameyam. It is beyond your knowledge. Why is that? Why is it beyond the knowledge? Because knowledge is what you know. from the facts that you perceive. Fact is what comes to you from your organs of perception, seeing, tasting, touching. Everything in the world is this rasam, right? So the objective knowledge is what is perceived through a pratyaksha pramanam. Then I use those knowledge and infer in my mind through anumana pramanam, an expanded knowledge base of it. That's all it is. But all these are objects. But who is seeing all these things? That's all right. I say that I see you, mommy, I see you now. Right? Who is seeing? I am seeing. Yeah, exactly how you see it. With my eyes, I see it. When I close my eyes, I don't see you. So it is my eyes that see. No, but eyes only see the images goes there, it produced into my brain somewhere. Then my mind sees that it is this person. How does it know it is Padma Mami? Because I know how Padma Mami looks. There's a memory there. Here I see the figure. The memory compares this. This must be Padma Mami. So therefore, who am I dealing with? I'm not dealing with what I see outside. The pratibhimbam that I have in my mind. So like a camera takes it and puts it inside, but camera has no intelligence. So here there's a mind which takes this pratibhimbam of it. So in my consciousness, camera doesn't have a consciousness. Camera has takes pictures. It doesn't know what the picture is all about. But my mind takes it up. And there is the consciousness which lights up this thing. Therefore, the knowledge is sustained in my awareness. Knowledge does not exist. My awareness is not there. So the awareness is away from the knowledge. Awareness makes it that I know or I do not know. I know is an awareness. I do not know is an awareness. So knowing is knowledge. You see? The awareness is beyond that knowledge. The English is very poor in this one, so we need to use this language. So this is what you conceive, perceive, or facts of mind, factors. But what you conceive and what I see, what you see, and suppose I am color blind, I say Padma Mami wear a green sari, but actually she's wearing a blue sari. But my perception is because my instruments are faulty, so I got a faulty knowledge. But it's a fact she's wearing a sari of this color. I can argue in the court, but court, what does court do? What everybody sees it. So they take a commonality of facts. So there is nothing precise. Courts don't deal with the truth because truth is not factorable. So here, so I cannot really do this. Okay, that's Durdash. We're going to discuss this more and more, so don't worry about that. Then the second one, Gudam Anupravishtam. Gudam means enveloped, secretly covered. It is enveloped, anupravishtam. Anu means it's become very small, pravishta means entered. Gudam anupravishta means it's entered into some sort of a cave. It is hidden. That's what it means. Atma is hidden. Said, how can it be hidden? How if Atma is hidden, if something is covered, normally the cover is bigger than the what is covered, isn't it? A pillow cover has to be bigger than this pillow. If Atma is covered, whatever that you say is covering Atma, then that is bigger than this Mahat, isn't it? So you cannot take that meaning. Literal, this is where I think you need Bhashyakara's help, Guru's help. Literal meaning is very wrong. Here, it is a distraction. What is distraction means? I give you an example. You go to the movie, the screen is there, right? You see the screen. The movie starts in next second, something running on the screen. Now you see the images moving. You forget the screen. The screen is not there anymore for you. It is the picture that moves on the screen. Screen is a subsistence for it. Adharam is a screen, but the images are running and going is where your mind is. So can I say therefore the pictures are covering the screen? No, it's not. They're not covering the screen. But it gives the same impact of meaning because my mind is not seeing the screen. Anything I don't see, I think it's covered. It's not really covered, but I don't see that, but I see something else. Prakriti Vishaya Vigara Vashakaraka. Your mind is now involved in the Prakriti Vishaya Vigaram. You are engaged in something else. That means you are not seeing that is there, but you're seeing what is superimposed on it. That's why it is called Gudam Anupravishtam. So don't think it is anything superior than Atma. Nothing is superior than Atma. And Guha Hitam. Guha means the sound Gu has got a lot of meaning. Darkness. Guru. One who removes. Ru is Rudra. Gu is darkness. Guru is one who, like a Rudra, dissolve the darkness of your nescience, avidya. Guha means Lord Subramania is called Guha. Why? Because he was a guru inside teaching the Adhyatma Vidya to Brahma. Guru. Guha is always darkness, isn't it? So if it is in the darkness, that means it illumines the darkness. It is inside the darkness, it is there. Guha Kitam. But here you must take it, Guha as Buddhi. Bhagavan, I think we can spend a lot of time on this, but very short, briefly, here Guha is Buddhi. The most, Buddhi is light, isn't it? But here Guha means darkness. Buddhi is dark, complete darkness. Because only complete darkness can absorb any light beautifully. In a white, you cannot project an orange or yellow. It becomes very fading. But in a darkness, everything is so special, precise. So that's why Ratri, Shivaratri, complete darkness. Guha. Buddhi. Buddhi is what? Buddhi is the subtlest of the mind. In Antakarnas are, but Tattvabodha, we talked about it. Chittam, Ahankaram, Buddhi, Manas. Manas is the Vikalpam, Sankalpa Vikalpam. This or that. Chittam is the memory. All the thoughts comes in the Chittam, Chitta Vritti. Every thought is a spike that comes on the Chittam. If you take a mind as a big envelope, in the top surface is Chittam. There the ripples come. Dip, 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 dip. Oh, he's talking, I'm talking. Chitta Vritti. The Manas is the next layer below that. It analyzes this. Oh, this is right or that is right. Should I do this or not do this? Manas. Then there is an ahankara, the buddhi. Ahankaram is there. Buddhi and ahankaram very close. Ahankaram is I think, I don't think, I do. The I-ness is all happening in the buddhi. Buddhi is a light. But I said buddhi is a darkness in guha. Buddhi is dark. Buddhi is completely dark. That's why while sleeping, it is completely enveloping, everything is dark. Darkness to the extent that it is able to receive anything. It is so subtle. When it is something is subtle, it can reflect, right? A stone doesn't reflect. When you polish it, become a granite, it reflects. But if you polish it so much, it becomes a mirror, it reflects beautifully. So buddhi is so polished darkness, and there the Atma is reflected. Atma is called Chit, Chaitanyam. The reflection happens in the finest surface, which is very close to the Atma here. See, please, when I say close, distant, it looks like, it's an object. Just for understanding, I'm saying it, but we will dissolve all this someday. It is the innermost layer. Again, innermost means don't think Atma is inside my body. In Atma, everything is Jagat Pratishta. In Atma, everything is there. Atma is not inside. But we have to go through this process to unlearn certain things. Okay? So that is what buddhi is there. Chit is Atma. The reflection of the chit on the buddhi is called chidabhasam. That is what making all kind of jigri pogri. It says, I am the person, I am Raja, I know this, I know that. All that is this chidabhasam. So it is there. Then Kahvareshtam. Kahvareshtam is a technical word. It is in the misery. We're talking about the Atma here. Durdarsham, Gudam Anupravishtam, Guhahidam. Now it is Kahvareshtam. It is amidst the misery. It is in the Dukkham. This Atma is the Dukkham. Yes. Because it is within the samsara. It is within this fear of mind. It is in the mud, but flowing like a lotus. That's why lotus is very important thing. Example, flowers in our Sanatana Dharma. Lotus is in the full of mud. In muddy water, only lotus blooms, but it comes out above that. So the underneath is all this kasmalam, dukkham, kahvareshtam. Next word, Puranam. Purana means old, right? Ancient. But Puranam actually, when you split it, Pura Navam. What is old, what is time memorial, it is there. But Abhinavam, always new. Sanadana, truth. So Atma is truth. So all this is a definition of Atma. Durdarsham, Gudam Anupravishtam, Guhagidam, Kahvareshtam, Puranam. You can contemplate on this. You cannot see it, Durdarsham, Aprameya. Gudam Anupravishtam, it is very secretly there in my heart of heart. Guhahidam, but it reflects in my buddhi. I can intellectually ask questions about it. Kahvareshtam, in all my miseries, it is there. In all my daily affairs, it is there. Puranam, it is Sasvatam. So I got this Atma definition. We don't know what it is, but I have got the definition of it. Then the next line, he gives the Atma Jnana Upayam. Atma Lakshanam is finished, the first two lines. Please just contemplate on this mantra again and again. What is a Upayam? Adhyatma yogati gamena deva. You split it like Adhyatma yoga ati gamena. Adhyatma yogam. So the upayam, therefore, the means to achieve this Atma Jnanam is just one. What is called Adhyatma yogam. What is this yogam? I know this, that yogam, this yogam, Hatha yogam. Bhagavan calls in Gita, he calls Adhyatma yoga. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi call it Hridaya yogam, Mahayogam. Simply you can understand Adhyatma yogam is the method, the means by which you separate Atma from Anatma. Separate the self from the non-self. Please remember, this is a sadhana. Every sadhanam becomes invalid when you cross it. So we will also see some stage, there is no Anatma, there is no Atma. But here we are in the very early stages of learning. You are able to separate self from the non-self. It looks very complicated, right? When I tell you an example, when I ask you a question, you will understand. So easy it is. Now, are you the table or a chair you're sitting on? You answer in your mind, no, you are not. Are you this computer? No. Okay. Are you this gold stack? Are you this, your precious diamond? Are you the precious diamond? Even the most precious thing that you like, are you that? You'll say no. Why is that? Even the multi-billion-dollar valuable item, I say, you are not that. Because you know all that is inert. They are insentient. Jada. I'm not that. So if I am dead, and if somebody can come and ask my uh, subtle body, the body that is down there, is it you? I'll say, no. That is Predam. That is my dead body. That's not me. See, you don't need great knowledge to say this because inherently you don't want to associate yourself with something which is dead, something which is inert, something which is incapable of thinking, something which cannot have awareness. Is it not? So you have a natural ability to separate the self from the non-self. That means it is Adhyatma Yoga is very nature of you. This is why Bhagavan says, Ramana Maharshi says, Ayye Adisulabham. If you have the right understanding, right approach, Atma Jnanam is very, very easy. But if you are not having that desire to learn, Chitta Shuddhi, it is the most difficult one. You can even do the Vajpayee Yagam, Ashwamedha Yagam with Dravyas, you cannot understand Atma Jnana. But if your mind is like this, so you can now you know what is Adhyatma Yoga. So there is a non-self called Anatma. So that is the Upayam. Now you're going to ask, okay, you say it very simply, but how do I do this? How do I really apply this? And that is the Jnana Yoga. That is what we are going to learn. But here he is giving the name of the Upayam called Adhyatma Yoga. So you know this Atma Swarupam, Atma Lakshanam with five phrases. With one phrase, you know the Upayam, which is Adhyatma Yogam. Now, what we need, the third one, Atma Jnana Phalam, because this mantra gives you three things. Atma Swarupam, you got it with 5 words. I keep repeating the thing because you must put in your mind. This mantra is very important mantra. Atma Swarupam, I know by 5 words. I need to contemplate on 5 words. Atma Jnana Upayam is Adhyatma Yogam. 1 word. Adhyatma Yogam is discriminating Nityam from Anityam, Atma from Anatma. Now, with the example, the question I asked you, you know it very well. This is not a difficult task. This I naturally do, but I need to understand how to apply it. So it is not the, you want to play a new game, you never played golf. You go to the golf ground and you take this driver and you want to hit, you don't know how to hit it, right? You have to start from knowing how to play the game. But you play all the time. You don't know it's called golf. Then next day you say, oh, just swing it. You say, oh, I can do it. I can do anytime. You got a name to something you already know. It's Adhyatma Yoga. But I need to apply that. Second part. Now the last line he says, by learning this, what do you achieve? Matva. Matva means having learned. Dhiro. Oh, the dhira. Dhira means what? Dhira is not Sura, not a Veera. It's a Buddhiman. One uses the intellect correctly. One who has got a Viveka Vairagyam. One who is steadfast in his ambition. Dhira is the word you will come across in Upanishad. Upanishad loves this word, and Bhagavan Bhashikara loves this word. He always uses the word Dhira. Dhira is Buddhi is the driving seat. So what happened to Dhira? Having learned, having realized this, he does something. What does he does? Harshas Shokau Jahati. The past tense kind of past perfect tense. Harsha Shokau. Harsha means Sukham. It's a kind of beautiful word. Harsha means Sukham. Sri Harsha means Sukham means the Shreyas. Shokam means Dukkam. So Jahadi means its past tense is crosses. He crosses everything. He crosses what? Sukham and Dukkam. Yours, he crosses the samsara. So I will stop it here. I took it 15 minutes more, but I think I wanted to come to this conclusion here. Om Sakana Vavatu.
Om Saganavatu
Sakana Punattu.
Saganavatu
Sakaviryam Karavavahai.
Sahavidyam Karavamahai
Tejasvinavadidamastu.
Tejasvinavaditamastu
Ma Vidvishavahai.
Navidvishavahi
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti
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 Shanti.
Hari
Shanti
Om Tat Sat.
Hari Om Tat Sat.